Thank you for having me. And yes, the situation is truly catastrophic. We have 18.8 million people, an unprecedented number of people in need of humanitarian services. And the whole situation, combined with the effects of food insecurity, a crumbling health system, as well as the liquidity crisis due to the conflict, has really made the situation very grave. And what is important to acknowledge is also the fact that in this conflict caused by adults, children are paying the heaviest price. Even as we speak, there are children suffering from acute malnutrition and are at the brink of death. We have about 462,000 children in need of acute care for nutrition and are suffering from severe and acute malnutrition. So yes, the situation is challenging. There are challenges in ensuring access. There are bureaucratic impediments, but nevertheless, we are optimistic that this appeal and this plan launched by the UN will be funded by the international community, and we will be able to provide life-saving services for the people in need in Yemen.
So the funding and the need to get money to provide humanitarian aid is one thing. What are the other obstacles you are facing?
Well, clearly the conflict has made it very challenging to deliver care. The constant conflict has made it difficult to ensure supplies reach in time where they are most needed. In addition, it is important to note that the lack of payment of salaries to the staff of the government has resulted in crumbling health systems. These systems are vital to ensure that children receive basic services. So all these issues combined have made it very difficult to deliver services. But in spite of that, in the difficult situations where more than 50% of the health facilities are non-functional, agencies like UNICEF and partners are really using innovative mechanisms like mobile teams and using outreach methodology to reach the farthest corners of the country with life-saving interventions, really focusing on the need to reach children who are in urgent need.
Yes, and one thing, there have been a great many reports about certain countries who are perhaps involved in reports around reports around the supply of arms and the factors which are perpetuating the conflict in Yemen. What more do you want to see from the international community?
So the conflict is causing a great challenge, and really as the humanitarian actors, we would really like to appeal to the international community to really influence both parties to the conflict, to respect international humanitarian law and ensure that humanitarian access is not denied to people who are most in need. The other most important need is to ensure that there is an enabling environment so that humanitarian actors can work freely and ensure they reach the most vulnerable. The situation is dire, and I think the world really needs to pay attention to the children, to the situation of the children in Yemen, for whom time is running out.
Yeah. A very important call to action. Thank you very much for taking the time to speak to us, Dr. Sherin Varkey, joining us there from Sana'a.